Entrepreneurs on the move, reshaping lives for a better tomorrow.
Good evening. Welcome to the Stephen Knight Show here on EOTM Radio. As always, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be discussing the latest in entertainment news, sports, fashion, and movie reviews. And this tonight we welcome talented hip-hop artist Trap, who will be releasing his brand new mixtape later this month. Then life coach and author Cory joins us. And in a few minutes, I will give you my brand new single. I'm very excited about this. My brand new single, Never Know. They'll be available for download on iTunes, Amazon.com, and other digital media tomorrow. So make sure you go purchase it tomorrow. As always, when you be part of the discussion, so call in with questions and comments. The number is 718-664-6543. Again, that's 718-664-6543. You can also join us in chat. There's a link on our Facebook page. But first, Ms. Parker, how are you doing tonight?
I am hanging in there, Stephen. Tired.
I know you have the Monday blues.
I have the Monday blues, the cold weather blues, the overworked blues.
I feel you. Trust me.
Yeah.
I went to the gym today, and I made it through, but I didn't leave the gym like I did that. I felt like, okay, better luck tomorrow.
You got to do it. Right. Well, at least you went. I've been struggling trying to pull myself away from the laptop to go, so it's not looking too good. I have been known to go at midnight, but it's really not. Yeah. It's not looking.
Did you do anything on the weekend?
No, I worked a lot this weekend. You know how busy we've been, but I actually got to take a break on Saturday. Went to the mountain, kind of I use my workout and different things to kind of get away and just regroup. So I did that with a girlfriend of mine, and on Sunday I took a break and actually went over to Shawnee's house, one of my girlfriends, and we had a dress shopping, swapping party. It was kind of cool, where you break in dresses and stuff that you probably haven't worn and kind of switch closets. So it was good to kind of just be around friends and laugh and talk. And I have, and when I'm at home, I feel like I have to work because I work from home.
Okay.
So it was good to get away. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I went home to Virginia to see my mother. It was actually a joint birthday dinner for my mother. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a joint birthday dinner for my mother and my aunt, their sisters. My aunt is on November 2nd. My mom is November 5th. So we went to Bonefish. It was about 15 or 20 of us, and it was a really good meal, good time, good people. Just a good time being home. It was brief, being home, but it was great to see my mom, and she has been, doing chemo and everything this year. So, but she looked great. She picked up weight. She enjoyed the night. So, that was definitely a great thing to see. And look forward to going back.
Awesome, Stephen. And so she's doing better and feeling better?
Yeah, she's feeling, but she still had, bad days, usually a couple days after the chemo treatment, but overall she's doing a lot better.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Yeah. And if you look
Happy
at her,
belated birthday, Mrs. Knight. I definitely wish you many more years, and I hope you had a great time. My mother's birthday was actually a day after your mother's birthday, and I was thinking about your mom, of course, doing her birthday and also, my mother's birthday. And it's definitely a blessing to still have yours around, and definitely happy that you went home to see her for her birthday. I'm sure she appreciated that. And she left a comment that stuck with me on her birthday that this year was definitely a special birthday for her because of all that she's gone through. So that really touched me, and she's definitely in my thoughts and prayers.
I appreciate that, and happy birthday to your mother as well. Rest in peace. But I know that she was a huge influence on you, and obviously her and your father did a wonderful job raising you because of the person you are today. So.
Thank you. I appreciate that. She was an amazing person. Thanks, Stephen.
She definitely was. Well, before we get started, she can't have them on tonight. They didn't do their homework, so. I know
They're in trouble.
They're in trouble. But before we,
I saw Chicken on Facebook styling and profiling on y'all. You saw him? He went to some event. He looks so nice. Now I was gonna come on the pictures. I've just been so busy, but yeah, if you're listening, Chicken, I'm sure you are. You look very nice. I'm sure the event was awesome that you went to, and definitely can't wait to hear about it. But definitely keep up the good work. Looking good.
Absolutely. But before we move on to Aaron, I want to play my brand new single. Like I said, it's called Never Know. It was produced by Phoenix. He and I both co-wrote it. And then I originally recorded the song in 2011. And then earlier this year, before I went to Houston, I re-recorded it with a producer and artist, Rodriguez. And he and I re-recorded the song, and we added some backgrounds, and there wasn't a bridge, so we added the bridge. And so anyway, we're going to debut it real quick. Make sure you go, and you can go at 12 o'clock or you can go tomorrow. Some people will be asleep. Not serious to them, but to me it is. And download this song. It's called Never Know. It's only $1.29. Don't be cheap. And I think we're ready, and let's debut it. This is Stephen Knight and Never Know. Check it out.
Guess we'll never know. Oh, 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 oh,
You listen to my brand new single, Never Know, Never Know. Again, it'll be on sale on iTunes and Amazon and digital media sold. It'll be on there tomorrow, actually at midnight, and then it'll also be on my website if you want to listen to it. I know sometimes it's better to listen to it, off internet radio, a little clearer. You can go on my website, StephenKnightMusic.webs.com. But yeah, so that's that.
Great song, Stephen. Proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, let's bring in Aaron. How you doing, Aaron?
I am doing great. Stephen, Miss Parker,
What's
that
going
song
on?
is hot.
You like it?
Yeah, that's hot. That was
That
dope.
song is hot, my brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you
I
so much.
mean, that's, oh my gosh, dude. I can just so see the video. I can hear all over the radio.
Wow.
This is, ooh, man, yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
And you two both have definitely supported me throughout the year. So you two have both supported me throughout the year. So I definitely appreciate that. And also EOTM, because they have been promoting, supporting, and then our program director Carla B just told me great track. So definitely appreciate hearing that from you all. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Awesome.
So how are you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. I got some really good news to share with you all. You are talking to a congressional intern. So next semester, I will be an intern on Capitol Hill. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. So,
wow, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
When do you start?
I start next semester in January. Yeah, and it's.
Well, I know you're gonna do your thing. Congratulations, Aaron. That's big.
Oh,
That's huge.
I'm looking forward to it.
Huge.
Yes, they're going to get.
That's awesome, Aaron.
Thank you, Ms. Parker. Thank you so much. Yes, they're going to get 10 weeks free labor from me for 20 hours a week for 10 weeks, but it's all good. Looking forward to it again. Let's see, sports now. What's going on? Well, you all know all about the whole Miami Dolphin drama with the bullying and everything.
What's your take on that? Because Incognito, he did an interview, and he said that he wasn't racist, and that that's the way they spoke to each other, and that they were really good friends, and they had conversations like that, and how the other guy, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, had sent him a text message telling him he's going to kill
Jonathan
us all.
Martin.
Martin.
Jonathan
and that it's all in fun. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I have never played football before in my life. No organized football. But from what I've learned of it, it's very macho in the locker room. It's like a lot of trash talking, and it's a form of camaraderie, brotherhood kind of thing.
All right.
So yeah. Now, with that being said, I don't know what saying the N-word has to do with, being part of a brotherhood. But then I can kind of see, okay, well, if the other guys are saying the N-word, then why can I say it? It all goes back to, okay, it's okay for one segment of the population to, quote-unquote, say the N-word, but not the other. And that's where it becomes confusing. So to me, I say no.
Weird, Aaron, I read somewhere that the other players, of course, are supporting Incognito.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because what happens is when people are bullying together, they become a pack. And so the cool kids then become the ones who determine who is going to be the victim. So I think that's what happened. I think that maybe Martin went along with it and tried to be like, okay, well, I'm cool. This is what happens. You know what I mean? Like he tried to deal with it as, this is part of the game. But I think he had a breakdown. I think what happened was, you can only take so much. Not everyone is built that environment,
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I see,
Because the black the black players consider Incognito to be black. And I'm like, what? So that's why
he will never
out
be black.
with the
Right.
N-word.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Wait.
that shit sounds like it's crazy that's going on in the locker room.
It sounds like there's no leadership there, not even from the coaching staff. It seems like there are no leaders, no one. Because I'm thinking about up here in Baltimore, Ray Lewis, a great football player with the Ravens. Ray Lewis would never have condoned that in the locker room. I'm not speaking for Ray Lewis, but I can pretty much guess that Ray, if Ray would have heard of some of his players coming at someone saying the N-word, calling their mother out of their name, talking about their sister, raping the sister, he wouldn't have went for that at all, at all. So Miami Dolphins have some issues going on. Now, I think that Jonathan Martin was cool with it, just like you said. I think he was cool with it at first, but then I think that maybe Incognito kind of crossed the line whenever he said the N-word and I'll kill you and your sister. I'm a gang banger, gang raper or something.
The thing is for Martin too. I think Martin culturally didn't fit because he comes from a very educated background.
Exactly.
His entire family very educated, went to the top schools in the U.S. And so culturally he didn't fit in that kind of thuggish, type environment.
Right.
Like probably the words that he was using was probably like, what are you talking about? So I understand that stuff, and I just think that you guys are here to be professionals, to do a job, and at some point that whole boys being boys thing has to end. And I think the NFL has to take a look at culturally what's going on in the locker room, and also make sure that these players understand coming in. This is a profession. You have to conduct yourself professionally no matter what, regardless that it's football or not, because these kids are looking up to you.
Exactly.
Kids are coming up thinking it's okay to bully each other. I just think everyone needs to examine their behaviors, and I think it's out of control, honestly. And I was watching the news the other day, and they had a clip on, how rookies are, because I didn't know Martin was a rookie, how rookies are treated, not just in the NBA, but NFL and all of that stuff. But I guess it's mainly in the NBA and NFL. And they were saying some guy recently had posted on Instagram, well, dinner is so much more better when a rookie pays for it. And so their practice is when a new person joins the team as a rookie, they make them pay for these $30,000+ dinners.
And they can't afford it. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that they can afford. That is hazing. That is classic hazing.
Exactly.
Hazing. That's straight up hazing, and that should not be accepted. It's not accepted in colleges, fraternities, whatever. Well, at least wink, wink. There's now, from what I've heard, there's things like this thing called underground hazing. But anyway, that's a whole another topic. But having a rookie with a small contract paying $30,000 for dinner is idiotic, and the fact that these feel that they have to actually pay that in order to be on this team and to fit in. It's sick. It's sick. It's sick. It's culture that the NFL needs to get rid of. They really need to get rid of that culture. It's horrible. It's horrible. Now, Jonathan Martin, he needs to talk. Incognito has now talked. We need to hear from Jonathan Martin. I personally want to hear from him. He needs to talk now. All this sitting around, getting counsel and everything. Okay, get it. That's fine. But brother, we need to hear your side, because I have to say, Incognito's interview was pretty high. He sounded like a guy that really was just doing what he was told by the coaches and from his fellow teammates, and it pretty much it is what it is. And that Jonathan Martin, also sent some text messages to him that weren't flattering. So So now Jonathan needs to give his side. Absolutely. Now, do I think John DeMar is going to be back with the Dolphins? No, absolutely not.
Oh, no, he won't, no.
Yeah.
They
do I think that he'll be with another team? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because, they were talking to some retired player, and he said that he doesn't think he said it's one thing, whether Incognito was right or wrong is one thing, but to take a family, quote-unquote, family issue and make it public, that's where the issue is, and no other team is going to trust him because he did
exactly. Yeah. And then also, I don't think that any other team will think that he has the mental wherewithal like that toughness. And I'm not trying to say toughness as far as what they met with as far as being macho. I mean mental toughness, as far as being able to handle pressure. Mm-hmm. I don't think that any team's going to even want to deal with that. Then with all of the drama that's been going on with this, I don't think that any other team wants to have that, that microscope or that lens focus on that team. Like, okay, we have to be extra nice to him because if we don't, he might get offended or he might go and tell or whatever. So, yeah, I think that he's pretty much done.
Well, I certainly hope that that's not the case. But you may, you have a point.
I hope not. Yeah, I hope not. But it just, as far as with that culture, it's such a deep, inbred part of their culture that Miss Parker, Steven, I don't know, man. I just think that like a lot of these guys don't like him now in the NFL. I think there's like a lot of guys that really he pretty much exposed what they, I guess, did not want to be exposed, and they wanted it to be kept in the family, and he's exposed it, and he might, be targeted or something, or who knows. But I do wish him all the best. And even Richard Incognito, I think that's his first name, Richie. Yeah, Richie. I wish him all the best. I hope that he gets some help, handle those, because he shouldn't have said the N-word. Just because other people say it does not mean that he had said it. So whether it's a cultural thing or not, he still shouldn't have said it. All right, with that being said, the Falcons lost again. What's going on down in Atlanta, man?
Apparently nothing.
What you doing, Marcus?
Apparently that's a wrap. It is a wrap, man.
How do you go from being like such a team that came into the season with so much hope? Last year they went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So like being 1 in 7 or 8? Have they won the game? I think they won one game.
Y'all won 2. That's
2. Okay. Well.
Right.
Yeah. Good.
Only
but
2,
I don't get it. I don't get it. I was hoping, Steve Jackson is from Vegas, and I actually went to high school with him, so I was hoping that he would come down here and be. I think he was with the Rams most of his career, all of his career until now.
Yeah.
And so I was hoping he would come down here and make a change. But he seemed to be, on the injury list, not injury list, but some injury that's preventing him from, I think, being. And he's been in the league for a while, so he's probably taking a lot of beating as well. So. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they can come back from this. I just think this season is a wrap. And I was never for that new $70 million, whatever they're building.
That new stadium?
Yeah, I think the Georgia deal should just go ahead and just keep that for a few years until we win a championship.
I agree, Mr. Marcus.
Aaron, what do you think about the, I know there was the one football player who recently resigned because he said that he didn't want to have the head issues, the concussion issues that some of these football players have been having. What are your thoughts on, them kind of wanting to redefine football and make it more safer, so that these, these players that retire not having these mental issues, and what are your thoughts about that?
It's scary. It's scary.
Well, that football players have the worst injuries as far as like after they're retired and health problems. But of all the leagues, they have the worst retirement plan.
Right.
So these guys who are taking the most hit, and it's always been this way. I saw a documentary where it's always been like previous to the most recent, 10 or 15 years, there was actually no health insurance plan after you left the NFL. Now they have some kind of coverage, but I guess it's not really enough. They're trying to push for more because, from what I understand, the NBA, they're well taken care of after the NBA, even with their pensions and all of that stuff after retirement. But with NFL, like, you are doing a lot of those expenses are on your own for medical. And so they're saying that these guys are getting the worst, of the coverage as far as, when they retire, but they're getting the worst hit too. Their injuries are the worst, and there's for years, and it's head injuries and things like that.
Right.
So that's what they're trying. That's what they're trying to get to. But I saw a recent report on, guys who were in the NFL years ago, and they're going through all of these head trauma. But the trauma is coming across to their families. Like, they're being violent, and that's why they're killing themselves. Like, notice, the NFL players are actually committing suicide and things like that. They're saying that's all caused by the head injury.
Oh yeah.
Well, then one player, he said that he did an interview. I can't think of his name. Retired interview, and he was saying that he's having these problems and how he's scared because his own daughter told him, "I'm scared to be around you."
Yeah.
And he was crying. He was in tears during the interview because of the toll it's taking on him.
I mean, there are too many cases for this to just be ignored by the NFL. I mean, these Junior Seau a couple of years ago killed himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's and now there's Tony Dorsett, Hall of Famer, great football player for the Dallas Cowboys. Cool guy. Now he's come out saying that he has CTE, which pretty much is it's like the early stages of dementia, and he's only 59 years old. Can you imagine being 59 years old, which to me is still young, and not being able to remember things, just actually seeing you are slowly losing your memory. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary, but the NFL needs to do better. It says that these guys get hit on a weekly basis, and hit hard in the head, and they first of all have no guaranteed contracts while they're playing anyway, which to me is crazy. But once they retire, they're just like Miss Parker said, their insurance coverage is appalling. So they definitely need to work on that. So hopefully the NFL will get that right in the future. So we'll see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
All right.
That's pretty much it in sports. Oh, I had to mention one last thing. The Saints, oh my gosh, they knocked down the Cowboys last night. They put it on them. Thank you, New Orleans. Thank you. Yes. So all is well in the world. Everything balanced out.
Everything's good.
Thank you, Saints. Yo, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Aaron Cosby, and Aaron Cosby, and I'm out.
All right, Aaron, have a good one.
All right, Janair, it's all yours.
What's going on, Ms. Ferguson?
Or maybe
you there? Okay. Well, I definitely want to, one thing we forgot to do was wish all of the soldiers and vets happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your contributions to the country and to our freedom. Now, they're saying Janera is on. Janera, you there? Maybe she's having technical difficulties. But let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to the Steve and Night Talk Show on EOTM Radio. You're listening now. You're listening to the Steve and Night Talk Show on EOTM Radio. The Steve and Night Show, Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on EOTMradio.com.
Welcome back. Miss Ferguson, I heard you say hello. That means you're
I
on.
did say hello. I'm here.
How are you?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. How you guys doing tonight?
No problem at all. No problem.
We're
doing well. How are you?
I want to hear about any sales anyways. I'm like, I'll be shopping again.
You already know it's a lot of sales out there right now because it's Veterans Day. And happy Veterans Day to all of you vets. So, you know, I hope you guys are having a good one. I called my dad today to tell him about all of the free food he could eat. And his favorite place is at Golden Corral because, you know, they do that every year. They have, like, a lot of, you know, free giveaways and things for vets. So I did call him and tell him about that. So he made a couple of stops today.
And, you know,
a lot of the restaurants had that going on today. And, you know, it's funny because I was thinking about my dad, but I was like, my dad will not go anywhere. He's such a homebody. Unless they're delivering the food, he doesn't want it.
If it's free food, my father is there.
See, that's me. I'm like, I wish they had benefits for veterans' kids because I show them.
You know what? Some of them do actually, but some of them do, but you have to be with the actual veterans. So, you know, I guess with your dad being, isn't he in Nevada?
He's in California now. Yeah, he's in California.
Okay.
I did see. I think he was taking his mother to lunch today. It was a guy and his mother. They both look older, but I think it was his mother. And she looked probably about 80 or 90 years old. It's so funny. She was very old. And it was at Applebee's. And I guess Applebee's had the same thing going on. And so the waitress asked, are you either one of you veterans? And he's like, yes, she is. He's like, she was a nurse. But she was like, I mean, she must have been in World War. She was really all up. You know, I stopped her and told her thank you for her service. And I thought it was really cute because he was bringing his mother in for the free meal. It was just so cute.
Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
You know,
that's really sweet.
People who we wouldn't even assume were veterans and have helped, you know, led the efforts into our, you know, our freedom or whatever it is that we have now. You know, definitely people that I would never have thought she was a veteran. So I think that opened my eyes to see that other people around me have also contributed. So it was cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's really good.
So what do you have for us?
I have tons of things for you guys tonight. I actually couldn't even get everything on my site because it was so much, simply because today is Veterans Day. You know, I'm expecting the sales to, like, after today, I'm expecting them to die down a little bit because, you know, they have to gear things up for the holidays. So this might be the last big sale until Thanksgiving. So, you know, you guys get ready because it's a lot. So I just want to go ahead and give you guys a warning. And, Stephen, I just wanted to let you know that the song sounds great. I really did love that song.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
So I guess you're just out there doing your thing. But, yeah, well, you know, don't forget about the little people. You know, the people that you used to work with. Just letting you know. You know, I come and find you.
I know you will too, right?
Well, I'll start off with Blue Fly. You guys know I talk about them occasionally. Blue Fly it's an online-only store, and this is a site where you can get mostly designer items, and you can get them at a discounted price. They're all authentic items, genuine. They just, you know, are at a discounted price because they may be from last season or it may be like an overstock, something like that. But that's the type of store Blue Fly is. So whenever I am, you know, looking for something in particular that is designer, I might stop off at Blue Fly online simply because they have so many designer deals to choose from. But today, to commemorate their 15th year anniversary, they're giving everyone an extra 15 to 40% off of all of the top brands, and they're having a sale on things like BCBG, James Jeans, Wyatt, Rachel Zoe, and that's just to name a few. They're having a sale on tons of things. So you need to hurry up and shop because I believe that that sale started today, but it definitely won't last long because Blue Fly does not. They don't really hold their sales for long, just a few days. So you guys might want to go ahead and visit bluefly.com. Steve Madden is also having a sale today. If you shop now, you can get 20% off of your purchase of $100 or more. Plus, if you're shopping online, you can get free shipping with code NEEDNOW. Piperlime.com, which is another one of my favorite online stores. You can shop there and get 25% off of regular price dresses and 40% off of sale dresses. Of course, this is an online-only store, so you need to enter code DRESS at checkout. And you have to hurry up and shop because the sale ends tomorrow. Today is the last day to shop at the Limited and get 40% off of full-price items during their Friends and Family event. Plus, you can get an additional 30% off of clearance items. So the Limited they mark their clearance items down, but they hardly ever give an additional percentage off of the already reduced items. So that is a pretty good sale to check out if you guys want to save a couple of dollars at the Limited. Today is the last day to shop Loehmann's Veterans Day sale. If you shop now, you can save 20% off of their backroom designers, which is like their designer deals. You can save 40% off of all dresses, 20% off of outerwear, 25% off of activewear, 50% off of boots, and an additional 30% off of clearance items. So, that's their Veterans Day sale. And that's a pretty good sale because I'm not sure if you guys know about Loehmann's, but they already have. They automatically discount their items, and now they're giving you an additional percentage off on top of that discount that they already automatically have. Bloomingdale's, which is one of my favorite stores, they're having a Friends and Family event, and it starts online today. Now, they are going to open this up to the stores, but right now they're just having an online-only sale. And like I said, it started today. And if you shop now, you can get 20% off of regular and sale-priced items for women, men, kids, and your home. An online-only sale right now. Like I said, it will be going into the stores. But because it's an online-only sale right now, just use code FRIENDS at the checkout. If you're in the market for a new suit or some type of business wear, Jones New York is having a Veterans Day sale as well. If you shop now, you can get 40% off of your entire purchase for savings of up to 80%. This is an online-only sale, and it ends at midnight. Today is the last day to shop 9 West and get 40% off of the highest priced item in your cart. So if you only have one item, and of course this is on your purchase of $125 or more, if you have just one item and it happens to total $125, then you'll get 40% off of that. If you have more than one, item in your cart, of course you'll get 40% off of the highest priced item. But the total has to be $125 or more. DSW is also having a sale, and this is across the board. If you shop now, you can get an additional 20% off of the clearance items, and that's giving you guys a savings of up to 70%. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have ever been to the back wall of DSW. They always have something on clearance there, but they hardly ever give you an additional 20% off of the already discounted prices. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know this about DSW, but they give you the full price, and then they'll mark it down by anywhere between 20 and 60%. I believe sometimes it can even get 70%. And it just depends on the color of the sticker. Well, with this sale, they're giving you an additional 20% off of that sticker price. Okay? And last but not least, today only, you can shop Gap Outlet and save up to 70% off of the entire store.
All right.
Okay.
And they can find that on BudgetShopHall.com, correct?
They surely can.
All right. Well, thank you, Janelle. You have a great week, okay?
Okay, you do the same. Thanks, Stephen. I'll talk to you later, Ms. Parker.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, we're going to switch gears. And after releasing numerous mixtape projects, our first guest, Trap House, successfully released his first digital album, Kiss My Concerns, in March of this year. Tiki Patterson, a.k.a. Trap, the future of the Southwest, entered into the music industry for one reason, to make his mark on the entertainment world. Prior to his debut album, Trap had released 5 projects, and on November 15th, he will release his next mixtape, Ric Flair, where he'll be performing alongside his fellow respected artists. Please help me welcome Trap House. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man, appreciate you having me. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing great.
That's great. That's great. So listen, you've had all these five projects going on in your six. Tell us about some of your previous work.
Well, I've been putting out music since 2009, and for the most part, I wanted to burn up the mixtape circuit, get people familiar with what I was doing. So I put out mixtape after mixtape, started moving around as far as performing and things like that, and just getting people familiar with the brand. And from there, fast forward to today, put out an album this year along with a deluxe, and working on another mixtape, just, trying to build on the success that I've been having.
And so why, you see a lot of artists do that. They put out a bunch of mixtapes, and, people always wonder, why all these mixtapes, not the album? Tell us the importance of, especially in what you do, the hip-hop music that you do, why it's important to put out those mixed projects and kind of introduce your brand.
For me, I feel like it builds up the incentive, with a potential fan. It allows them to, come into your life and understand what you're about without necessarily having to invest in it. And then once you're to a point to where you show them that you have talent and this is something that they would enjoy, from then you can put out the album and people will support you.
So what differentiates the music you put on a mixtape versus the album you did? It was like Kiss My Converse. What differentiates the kind of music you put on one project and not the other?
With a mixtape, it allows you to be a little more edgy with the content. If you want it to be a street tape, if you want it to be something that resonates in the streets well, that's fine. Where so the album, you want it to touch a lot more people, so you make the content a little more broad in what it covers instead of it just being specifically on something.
And so you're going to put out another mixtape November 15th. Ric Flair, what can we expect?
Ric Flair, growing up, Ric Flair was the first wrestler that I ever saw that had swag. He had the Rolex. He had the limousine with 25 women in it. He was just, flossing to the max.
Right.
So with the project, you can expect that. It's an explosive tape, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people will put out music and they give you the sweet of being a hustler, but they won't cover the sour. They won't tell you the bad things that can happen from this life. So Ric Flair covers all of that. I don't want to just show, you can get a diamond chain from this and get a car from this, but, what about mothers crying in courtrooms and your brother passing away and things from this life?
Right, exactly. What's some of the things that you had to experience, from your background and, your upbringing?
Well, man, I grew up in West Phoenix out here, man. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. About 90% of the young men that I grew up with are either in prison or passed away. So people think it's Arizona and, it's slower, but, it's just as much going on here as there is anywhere else. Right.
So what was it that allowed you to gravitate towards the music and not go down that same road?
I'm sorry, say that again?
So what was it, that you found in yourself that allowed you to gravitate towards music and not go down that same road of incarceration or being killed?
I feel like music allowed me the ability to vent, some of those negatives and positives. It gave me an outlet to be able to express myself and to, have people to enjoy what I do. Just makes it all the more worth it for people to relate to the music that I'm putting out.
And I know that you've turned down several deals, recording deals, and you said the timing was off, or maybe the offer just wasn't a good fit for you. To an artist that's really trying to make it, and you have people coming with 5 different deals, was it hard for you to turn that down, or what was it that made you just say, I just can't do this right now?
Well, a lot of it came from me having good people around me to even, of course, being young and having an opportunity, you want to jump at it. Man, I want to start on the line. And then you actually read into what it is that you're getting ready to do. And it may not be an ideal situation where you can win. So, you see artists now where the independent artists are killing it because they're coming to the table with a record that's already in rotation. They already have music playing, and then now they have the ability to negotiate from there and come out with a sweeter deal. I think that it's not necessarily, that hard to get a deal, but to get a good one, you need to be worth something in order for that to happen.
Right, exactly. And you were featured as Vitamin Water's Rising Star. How was that like?
Man, it was crazy to be part of a tour that they put together, for them to, do some homework here in Arizona and actually point me out and allow me to headline the show. I was the only artist on the show that wasn't signed, but I was also the headline of the show for the Arizona Style.
Wow.
So that in itself, man, it felt great to even be involved with something like that and for them to look at me in that way.
Right, yeah. And I know in our next half hour, in our playlist, we'll be listening to two of your songs, On My Level and Space Mountain. Tell us about those songs.
On My Level is a record that I did. It's more so for the ratchet lane, the the new West that people are getting into. It's definitely a bouncy record. As for Space Mountain, it's kind of like a tribute to Ric Flair. When you listen to it, it takes you through the walk of Ric himself, Rolex, limousines, things like that, and just having a good time. Definitely a party vibe to it.
All right. And so, who are some of the people that you listen to now that you think are killing the game? Who are some of your what's on your iPod?
Man, you know what? I listen to a lot of older music right now. Man, I feel like the music right now is in a transitional phase where it's kind of pop and it's kind of rap at the same time. It's kind of fused together. But I really do enjoy listening to Drake from time to time, depending on what he's on at the time. But more listening to people like Scarface, Ice Cube, some of the older artists that, they stood for something in their music, and I can relate to that. I feel like it's our responsibility as artists to lead people with something and it not always be the same thing.
Exactly, because you tend to hear the same type of music on the radio. You turn, and they play the same 6 songs on back to back to back to back.
Right.
Right, exactly. So the new mixtape, Ric Flair, will be out November 15th. Where can we get it?
It's exclusively on datpiff.com.
Okay. Spell it out.
Datpiff, DATPIFF.com.
All right. And what do you want the person to take away when they finish this mixtape and they listen to the whole project? What do you want them to take away from that?
For the most part, I want them to know that there's an artist in Arizona that's strong, that's making a lot of noise, and Arizona is a hot spot. There's a lot of good artists out here that are looking to make a name for themselves, and for whatever reason, it just hasn't hit Arizona yet, but I feel like the music is there and it's coming.
I heard that. Well, listen, man, I want to thank you for taking the time out to join us tonight, and I wish you all the success with your upcoming mixtape and future projects. So definitely much respect to you and all that you do.
Man, definitely appreciate you having me.
No problem. And also, for more information about Trap House, you can go to our Facebook page. We have a link to his Reverb Nation page where you can hear some of his music. Take a quick break. We're right back with Cory George after this.
You're listening to the Steven Knight Talk Show on EOTM Radio. You're listening now. You're listening to the Steven Knight Talk Show on EOTM Radio. The Steven Knight Show, Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on EOTMradio.com.
Resilient, innovative, progressive, empowering, creative are few words that in part define the multifaceted creative spirit of Cory George. Pursuing his purpose passionately, his ability to transcend difficult circumstances has allowed him to find his niche, an empowerment coach and prolific motivational speaker and author. Cory says our existence entitles us to greatness, yet life circumstances tend to sometimes convince us otherwise. Please help me welcome Cory George. Welcome to the show, Cory.
Hey there, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being on. I have known you for a very long time, here and there. I met you, I think, when I was first 20, and you've always been someone who's been on the grind. You've been always, what was it that stirred you to empowerment and life, being a life coach? Tell us about that journey.
Well, to be very, very brief about it, I had to understand that I wasn't given my circumstances for nothing,
Right.
And I don't think anyone has. I think that we all have the power to recycle our stories into something that could benefit someone else. It all depends on how we recycle those stories. Some of us sit in things for too long, and some of us just sit on it for too long.
Right.
And in my lifestyle, I sit on it, and then I hatch the egg, and I'm like, okay, now I have to give birth to this new information because it's not for me.
Right.
I do God's work, and and its philosophy that I teach people is that we're all connected by this thin thread of adversity that I have not met a single person that has not gone through something.
Exactly. Yeah.
So and so that alone inspires me to always look for that, but to look for that connection and to, and in most cases, some of the things that I teach people are not of my own stories. I hear stories from people that, but they're pouring into me. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to make you a hero on your behalf because you don't know how to do it yet. But let me show you how I can take your story and I can bless 20 people, and then those 20 people bless 4 people on your behalf. And guess what? You probably bless 1,000 people in a week without even knowing that your story meant something to someone else.
Yeah. So being in the line of work you do, do you feel that because you're helping others, get through what they're going through or find their way, that you are living a blessed life because your life is, the foundation of it is giving and being used? Do you feel that you are living a blessed life?
Well, let's make sure you highlight the word used, because it is an exhausting work. It's an emotional work that after I give a speech, I get off stage and I go home. I don't go to the after party because I've given you a part of me that I did not know what I was going to give. I tell people all the time, I don't write speeches. Right before I talk, in my head, there's a prayer I say. It's like, God, you know what? I need you to show up and use this vessel for your purpose. And sometimes I shock myself by the things I say, but it's not of me. So it's like once I'm done, I'm tired, but I'm not exhausted. I just need to recharge. I go home to my family. I let them know that at that point I'm Cory again. But it is a blessed life because I could be that guy that stays stuck, or that young woman that doesn't understand that everything that she has gone through is meant to make her stronger. Because if not, then how do we understand what we're here for?
Right, yeah. So, what was I going to ask you? I had the perfect question, but I was into what you were telling me. Here it is. How did you get to the point that you were going to say, okay, I'm going to open up my life, my story to help, motivate or encourage or inspire others? Was it kind of scary, being so transparent? Initially,
I feared judgment when I was thinking of myself. I feared judgment when I thought it was about me, and now it's like at the beginning of September, right before my birthday, I had a heart attack scare, my second one, and I said, okay. Wow. Well, I turned 40. Blessedly, I don't look my age, but on the inside, I feel 50. But I said, okay, now. And so the quick story is I was in the ambulance, and on the phone, I'm playing spades on my phone, and the tech is like, sir, you may be in the middle of a heart attack. Why are you playing spades? I said, you do your work and let me do mine.
Exactly, yeah.
You do your work, and me playing spades is my way of praying. It's like, God, you got this, because I had to lose control in order to gain the most control of my life.
Yeah.
So in those situations, sometimes we try to control things that are not of us. I can pray, I can do my work, and if I trust that tech to do his work, that takes the stress off of me of worrying about what's going to happen. And the only thing I can do is trust that they know what they're doing, and I'm going to just sit here and relax and make sure that I get my books I called on this hand. But it goes back to the simple equation that I have is I am, we are, is that I am here because we're here, and vice versa. Right. So it makes it very easy for me to be transparent because I really don't care. There are things that people find out about me. It's like, well, you just found out. I would have told you myself anyway.
Right. Yeah. So I know you said in that moment that you had to kind of not take on what you couldn't control or not deal with what you couldn't control. Do you feel that when people do try to control things that are out of their control, that they're limiting themselves ultimately?
Well, it's a battle that actually it causes more stress. It's like being with that person, and so let's say you're dating someone, and they don't treat you well. No matter what you do, they're not going to treat you well. You can't control how they treat you. Now, you can actually demand what you want, but if they never come around, why blame yourself?
Exactly.
Ask yourself, what was this person sent here to teach me? Well, maybe I need to stop trying to control people and be what I want to have in return. So all these things are lessons in that it causes more stress to control something that is not of you.
Right.
And that's the thing that I let go. And even my sons, I have a 6 and a 9-year-old, and I teach them in the way that I teach other people. It's like, okay, look, you need to step away from this homework because apparently you don't get it yet. But give yourself 15 to 10, 15, half hour even. But let's go play a game. Then come back and understand that you already have the tools, but right now you're trying too hard. But give yourself a break.
Wow.
And sometimes we just need to rest our spirits and understand that we are all fully prepared to do the work that we're here to do. But sometimes we need to rest and understand how to see that work.
So on your website, CoryGeorgeMedia.com, you have a book, Sarah Stan, Living Successfully Beyond the Shadows. Tell us about that book.
That book was, that book still blesses souls. It was out in 2010, and actually right after that book came out, I went through something very, very well. Actually, I went through a set of circumstances that probably would have sent the normal man into the into the nut factory, but it didn't. But the book really is, well, the book was my intro into the coaching field in terms of literature. And I shared some testimonies about myself that people were shocked to understand. Wow, you didn't break. Oh yeah, I did break. Oh yeah, I did break. But the gift about it is when I put myself together, I turn them into valuable lessons that now I can teach you, because there's 14 chapters. Out of 14 chapters, 10 of the chapters have lessons at the end of them that you can actually write, and they're all about reintroducing you back to yourself. Because you know how life happens, and we forget about who we are because we're so concentrated on the job, on the lover or the spouse or the talent we have, but we don't pour back into ourselves. So let me help you reintroduce you back to the spirit that was always there. And thankfully, I'm actually writing a second edition actually right now that hopefully will be out in February. I have to find a cool name for it, but I'm adding 4 or 5 more chapters to it, and I'm just going to update it because everything that's there now was still valid, but I needed to update it, and I'm taking on some more things in multimedia, but that I'm actually very happy about, and it really is about respecting the time, but the time that we don't control, but the time that is in our hands.
Okay. I hear that. You talked about, being able to pour back into yourself. And you talked about having a 6 and 9-year-old. How is a parent able to do that? Because, a lot of parents, especially with young kids, their kids are their world, How are you able to pour back into yourself raising young children?
Well, thankfully and unthankfully, the kind of dad that I am is not the kind of dad that was put into my life. And I have no regrets about it. I've forgiven and I moved on, but I have kids that love me. So let me make that clear. When you pour into your kids, it's amazing what they pour into you when you don't realize it. So there are times that my kids know me so well that if I'm stressed out, they'll go into the room, they'll say, hey, you know what, but let's go play over here because Daddy needs some rest, even when I don't know that that's what they're doing. Or if I'm stressed out, they'll just come and sit under me and won't say a word. So, but you have to have those limits. It's like, okay, well, Daddy needs just a few minutes. And it's really not about being selfish, but when I get my 15 to 20 minutes back, I can give you 2 more hours. Exactly. So you have to demand that time because you're still a human being. And it's just the same as if you're in a new relationship, whereas you're spending all day and all night with this new person. At some point, you're going to want to go back to yourself and say, how can I keep my fullness while also allowing you into my life as well, too?
Exactly. Because the person you date or you marry is not supposed to complete you. It's supposed to complement you. But you're
well, let me add this. The person that you spend your life with is actually meant to exponentially increase your value. And so let me say this. So you are a musician, right? So there may be a point where you have to leave town, for a few days at a stretch. That person that's holding it down at home is going to understand this is his passion. I got this at home. So when he comes home, he doesn't have to worry about something being cleaned or, the grass being cut or something being cooked because I'm holding this down because I know that whatever he's doing out there is for the team.
Right.
So when you have that person that allows you to be you, fully you, and respect the fact that if you respect me, I respect you, and we're good, but you're going to be absolutely okay. But it's that person that doesn't understand that it's not about the quantity of time, it's the quality of time. The quality.
Absolutely.
It's the quality of time, because I see my kids every morning for school, but they don't live with me. But the few days I have with them, per week, I tell everyone, do not call me. Do not ask me to go hang out, because it's the quality of time that I pour into them. Because when I'm 60 and 70, these are the kids that I want to fight over.
Exactly.
Who's going to take care of me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So I know you're finishing up the new book. You have media projects coming out soon. What can you tell us about what's coming up for Cory George outside of those projects?
Well. Oh man, I'm taking chances now. I mentioned a while ago that I respect time. I've had some media friends of mine who poured into these things of me. They call me Baby Oprah, Baby Van Zandt, or Baby Jakes, but I understood what they were saying. But at the moment, I was not prepared to walk in that fullness yet. And I created my new media company. And the one thing that I did was I became proud of my name. Just my name alone. And so once you can, walk steadfast in your own name, then that gives you that power to say, no, this is my project. So outside of the new book, I'm actually working on a new show for TV.
Okay.
And it's a very sensitive topic. It is very interesting because when I brought up the topic to talk about on TV, it was almost like ants scattered. And I'll tell you a glimpse about it. I'm actually doing a 2-hour special on the full life cycle of male sexual abuse in the black community.
Oh, wow.
And I've had this on my heart for 2 years. But every time I thought about doing it, there was a scandal attached, or there was a scandal that came out. But the work that God gave me to do was not attached to a scandal, because what happens usually with a scandal is you talk about the scandal, but you don't talk about the after effects.
Exactly. Yeah.
And in my book, I actually talked about my survival of it, and not just surviving, but thriving, because there's a difference between just surviving, but are you thriving? Are you living better than you would have if it never happened? How do you turn it into a positive? So I have three wonderful young men that I'm flying in from across the country, and we're having a very candid conversation, but these are conversations that will kind of blow your mind. I have a guy I have a guy who is a Jamaican, and when you hear his testimony, I will just say that he can't go back home because there's a death threat on his head.
Wow.
Because he came out with his story. See, those are the testimonies that when people come to me, I'm like, how do I recycle these stories? I'm not the only one that's supposed to be knowing this story.
Mm-hmm.
So these are people who inspired me after reading my book and came to me and said, hey, you told my story, and so can I share with you? And it's like, okay, you poured into me, but this is something for the black community, I think, because we don't have these conversations. We run behind it, but we don't realize that there's a lot of, what we call angry black men that are just children stuck in that circumstance. They want to be heard, but they're scared because the man code doesn't allow you to be that available to your feelings. And I'm breaking the cycle. So some may hate it, some may not, but I tell people, screw it. But this is God's work, so man cannot tell me what God has already told me to do.
Absolutely.
So this is the biggest project I've ever worked on in my life, and I've invested my whole dollar in it because it really is, the biggest work I've had to do so far.
Well, I know it's going to be definitely groundbreaking because, as you said, that things like this are not discussed in the black community. And, I'm sure people, I can see them gravitating to this, even if it's in secrecy, to see how to get through this, how to deal with this. And hopefully it'll be something that's out there for everyone to discuss, and it starts the bigger conversation,
Yeah, and this is really about, having your family sit down, because what I'm going to take you through, as I said, the full life cycle is what happens, the moment, how does your personality change? How does your demeanor change once it happens? Because every child changes. So I want to be able to teach that parent subconsciously that don't don't just look at your child and say, okay, well, he's going through growing pains, but that's why he's isolated in the room all of a sudden, or that's why he's wearing those baggy clothes, and that's why he's become this way. If you have open-ended conversation with your children, they will feel safe enough to come to you, because who else are they supposed to trust?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So so the whole thing is, I can't stop it from happening, but disclosure earlier on and getting the help that these children and these young adults need will fare better than waiting until their 20s and 30s. And these guys I'm talking to are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. So that just shows that, it is a full life cycle effect, that it affects families. And the guy that's unhealed is looked at as an angry guy because he's so protective of himself. Well, why is he so angry? Why is he so bitter? Because you never gave him the opportunity to talk.
Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And the fear of judgment, because, the man code doesn't allow you to be that available to all your feelings. So that's why it's important to me. And like I said, I'm blessed to have those three stories who volunteered, because I put up a call to find out who would want to talk about it, but I had several people talk to me, but it's like, I don't want to be on camera. So it's still it's still I wouldn't say scary, but it's still a judgmental thing in our own community that we need to stop.
I definitely agree, Cory. And listen, I hope you keep us abreast of everything you have going on. You have some great and powerful work coming up. But I want to thank you, for joining us tonight. And, like I said, keep us posted. We definitely want to follow your project you have coming out, because I believe it'll touch millions of people. So thank you so much, Cory.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. And for more information about Cory George, go to his website, CoryGeorgeMedia.com. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, Luella. Yeah, what is it? Who that came up on your phone on the other day and that way talking to me? Somebody called. He ain't come chat at UOTM and call her. Lord, what is Lord? I know I saw something on there. I know it was. I ain't know if you trying to cheat or something. You ain't trying to cheat. Child, you can't even see. Talking about something. What you saw on there? EOTM Radio. That's in a PR company, child. What is all those? What you talking about? Get on my nerves. EOTMblog.com. Go check out the site. Get branded. Ask for Carla at 909-559-1763. Get your business to the streets.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Now it's time to go on to Stephen's playlist. We'll be featuring music by me, my new single, Never Know, Trap House, Tamar, Braxton, and Billy Life. If you're interested in being featured, please email us your MP3s, edited for radio, meaning no cursing, to the StephenKnightShow@gmail.com. Attach 1 or 2 bios and promotional pictures, and we definitely look forward to hearing your music. Now, the first song is my brand new single entitled Never Know. Will be on iTunes tomorrow. Download it, support your boy, spread the word. Check it out and enjoy Stephen's playlist.
Together, do
goodbye. Is that enough? I guess we'll never know. Oh, 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 oh. Remix. Try to get on my level, but you can't. Stop acting motherfucker, you a fake. If you were broke, get out my face. We use gloves, we ain't worried about the case. I try to get on my level, but you can't. Stop acting motherfucker, you a fake. If you were broke, get out my face. We use gloves, we ain't worried about the case. I tell the bro, shut up. You get money, we can kick it, what up? I'm a squad, so you know I got my gun up. In my pants, take the pants, make them run up. Try to get on my level, but you never will. Bad with you, but they look better, yeah. Bunch of G's, and you know we came to party. And now she getting crazy, I just think she fucking Marley. 1 time, 2 times for the bed. 3 times, 4 times, for the jacket. 5 times, 6 times, worry about it. I'm inside here trying to get rich, what up? Try to get on my level, but you can't. Stop acting motherfucker, you a fake. If you were broke, get out my face. We use gloves, we ain't worried about the case. Try to get on my level, but you can't. Stop acting motherfucker, you a fake. If you were broke, get out my face. We use gloves, we ain't worried about the case. $100 bill attached to a name. Blaze chops, jump into a different lane. 4th quarter, 3 seconds like a Michael J. Fix your head, spazzing like a Stevie J. We don't need them, feed them welfare. Real niggas in the room, scream hell yeah. In the club, straight flexing like a brick Flair. Red bottoms, yeah, my got like sycophants. I go hard, not no, flex hard like Hulk Hogan. Whip game in this Cory, retro in my Jordan. Chevrolet in this flow, big block in that motor. West side, we rollin', broke, just ignore them. Try to get on my level, but you can't. Stop acting motherfucker, you a fake. If you were broke, get out my face. We use gloves, we ain't worried about the case. Try to get on my level, but you can't. Stop acting motherfucker, you a fake. If you were broke, get out my face. We use gloves, we ain't worried about the case.
It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. There's only one.
You talking to the stylist, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, Messiah. Baby girl, I can take you higher, then higher. I'm talking space. You know what I'm stylist, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, Messiah. Baby girl, I can take you higher, then higher. I'm talking space. Yeah. Take a look at my fresh, cut to the bone till it ain't nothing left. Rap in the zone, big rope on my neck, on my Mr. T-shirt, Ric Flair in the vet. Wow. All my ready can't talk to my car, cause my car don't understand me. Foreign, steering wheel, right side, and I'm the best of both worlds. Call me Ice Tyson. Yeah, yes I am. Ain't another that's fresh as him. Pull up in the club in the freshest Benz. Pull up in the club, all her friends. Yeah, you jiggling, baby. Go ahead, baby. Pull through roof, no head, baby. Work hard when you throw that, baby. Rolex, when I roll out, baby. Profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, Messiah. Baby girl, I can take you higher, then higher. I'm talking space. You know what I'm saying? Profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, Messiah. Baby girl, I can take you higher, then higher. I'm talking space. Yeah. Panamera when I'm coming through. Precious coming straight up out the W. Winter time, me coat like I'm Frank Lucas. Glory, you born my God. Take a jet around the world when I'm touring. Yeah, there's insight on what I'm doing. When we out, they know who we are. Even in the USSR. And everywhere we go, they treat us like a star. But she ain't tripping on me, she read my car. And I saw your chain, middle of the mall. Do anything to act like they ball. If I fail today, money can break my fall. But if I had one wish, I'd free all my dogs. Pimp suit like a rapper in church. Got a lot of medals like a veteran. Profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, Messiah. Baby girl, I can take you higher, then higher. I'm talking space. You know what I'm saying? Profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, Messiah. Baby girl, I can take you higher, then higher. I'm talking space. You know what I'm saying? Space Mountain. Space Mountain. Space Mountain. Space Mountain.
I bet you're trying to figure out life, wondering what the people telling you is right. Cause everybody says that and says this, but don't nobody know shit. I bet you wanna see the light, so you can be the one that's shining so bright. Going, keep moving, keep going, keep moving.
I've been trying to figure out this thing called life. Ever since I can remember, it's been a constant fight. It gets hard trying to walk in the light, not knowing where to go, not knowing who to trust. Thought that the need to carry on is a must. To every problem that comes my way like a camera, I adjust. Keep moving instead of sitting around and getting stuck. Do what you gotta do just to make that extra buck. Even if you out of luck, hold on to that faith and let it pull you up. Don't let the evil in this world determine when you self-destruct. Know that you gon' make it, you were made for greatness. Now it's up to you to step out and just embrace it. Got a dream, get out there and just go chase it. It's never given, you just have to take it. Realize you have to be real in the things you do, and only then it can become real for you, real for you.
I bet you're trying to figure out life, wondering what the people telling you is right. Cause everybody says that and says this, but don't nobody know shit. I bet you wanna see the light, so you can be the one that's shining so bright. Going, keep moving, keep going, keep moving.
They that this world is full of mystery, but if you look back in the books of history, all you see is pain and misery. So fight to see a better day, inspire just to make the way. Try to give instead of take away. If it put you down, do you and let the non-believers fade away. Always have the thought of peace and love and not the word hate. Always pick the right decision so you can always motivate. If someone tells you wrong from the right, they're just a deceiving fake. Don't listen to them cause they'll end up last place in the winner's race. Always eat the vegetables up off your dinner plate. Just remember every step you take decide your own fate. And sometimes once you make that choice, it can be too late. Now I know we all make mistakes, but don't let the good choices slip away, cause that could be the day of your greatness. The way you rise and soar above the sky. So use your knowledge to apply. Then I promise you can be way past fly.
I bet you're trying to figure out life, wondering what the people telling you is right. Cause everybody says that and says this, but don't nobody know shit. I bet you wanna see the light, so you can be the one that's shining so bright. Keep going, keep moving.
Sit back and look at the bigger, brighter picture. The ones that got real love for you with ya. This world can get cold and lonely, so make sure you're the one and only. That is the person with the plan. Make sure you hold your own life in your own hand. Show them that you are strong and you can make a stand. And when they don't get it, you can make them understand. Believe in only you and know the real meaning of what is true. It doesn't matter about what you did, it only matters about what you do. Now from this point on in life, making notes with me and raise up your right. I will forever keep away the dark and walk in the light. Knowing there's something greater than me in this form of light. And therefore, against the struggle, I will keep up the fight. So wherever I go after this, my soul will be pure light, so I can shine bright.
I bet you're trying to figure out life, wondering what the people telling you is right. Cause everybody says that and says this, but don't nobody know shit. I bet you wanna see the light, so you can be the one that's shining so bright. Keep going, keep moving.
This song's dedicated to all the people in the world who have dreams and end goals. Never give up through the hard times, and in the end the sun is always gonna shine. Know that the Lord our God that you believe in will walk with you through it all. This is also dedicated to the have-nots who have not found their way yet. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Keep flowing and keep going. You will reach the destination that you seek. And to the kids that are ghetto, keep your head up high. Nothing will change unless you make a change.
Go.
Train.
That was our playlist. I want to thank our guests, Trap House and Cory George, for joining us tonight. Don't forget my new single, Never Know, comes out tomorrow. iTunes, Amazon, digital media websites. Thank you for your support. Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday. God bless.
I can't